but emotional intelligence, many people don't know that is who has initiated it, because it is popularized by Daniel Goleman in his book of 1995. But the if you talk about emotional intelligence and the idea of managing emotion, it is quite old. So in 350, around 350 BC, Greek philosopher Aristotle, so he said, means he wrote, and then means the translation is available. Some men, if they have first perceived and seen what is coming, and have first rose themselves and their calculative ability, they will not be defeated by their emotion, whether it is pleasant or painful. So, as good as that person, means the philosopher Aristotle, has illustrated the part of the model, that is how you get a response, how you get a stimulus, and then how you process that stimulus through the filters, like what yesterday we have seen in ABCD theory. And then based on that processing, if you process it right with your calculative faculty, then you will not be defeated by that particular emotion which is going to get generated, because there is a stimulus and there is an emotion. But between stimulus and emotion, there is this calculative ability, what we have already seen. So the way he has explained us, that is how to manage your emotions and how to respond instead of reacting, right? So it is as old as 350 BC, right? I'm talking about more than means approximately 2,800 or 2,700 years back. In early 70s, means if you see these 1930s, 40s, 50s, even till 75, Howard Gardner, they were talking about multiple intelligences. They were talking about some different kind of intelligences. But in early 1970s, many scientists began to recognize the limitation of IQ. And the start was, of course, with Howard Gardner, who came up with the multiple intelligence. So it is not only IQ. There are a variety of the intelligences. So one has to understand, recognize that multiple intelligence in oneself as well as in others, and try to flourish that. So from that particular moment, so people started doing the survey and research on how people become successful, and especially at a professional level. So there were many studies done, and the result of that studies was that it was the emotional intelligence which was different. Means at a IQ level, they were same, but it was the emotional intelligence which was making difference. And that Daniel Goleman highlighted very effectively, right? So although it was first the Wayne Payne who has basically first used the term emotional intelligence, right, followed by Baron, and then Meyer and Salovey. So but till 1990, emotional intelligence was not that popular. The book of Daniel Goleman made the emotional intelligence popular. So just since you are going to become emotional intelligence coach, you should be aware. Means you should not think that emotional intelligence means Daniel Goleman and he is the pioneer of the emotional intelligence. Of course, he has a great credit in making emotional intelligence popular.